Shalom friends, welcome to Daf Reaction, Sotah 12. You may have noticed this already because it's in my handle, but my name is Miriam. I'm named after Miriam the prophet, who is the focus of today's very passive or appropriate themed daf. We get a midrash all about young childhood Miriam before Moses was even born. Here's what happened. In the Exodus story, we know that Pharaoh commanded the unaliving of all the Israelite male babies. Miriam's father was named Amram, and he was a leader of the community, and he said, well, if I can't have male children, I don't see the point in having children at all. And he then divorced Miriam's mother, his wife Yocheved. And since he was a leader, all the other Israelite men divorced their wives too. Just a bunch of misogynistic lemmings. So Miriam, who is again a child, has a showdown with her father. She says, hey, you know what? You're worse than Pharaoh. Yeah, I said it. What are you gonna do? Go cry to the ADL about the Pharoah comparison? Their Twitter feed doesn't exist yet and won't for several thousand years. Also, I'm not afraid of you. My best friends are crocodiles. Pharaoh's decree was only about boy children, but I guess for you, if it's not a boy, it's not worth it, right? You're only gonna have baby Moses if you remarry my mother. Honestly, who are you exactly to say that Pharaoh's decree will even come true? Look, Dad, bottom line, only one of us is a prophet here, and last time I checked, it wasn't you. So Miriam just stomped him so bad that he went and remarried Yocheved. Everyone gets remarried. Now later on in her own story, Miriam gets married as well to a man named Caleb. But the verse about that is phrased a little weirdly, like he begot her as if she was his child. Obviously, my first thought was, what? And the sages are also like, what? Get this. Apparently it was a good deed that he married her because she was so extremely pale and nobody was into that. If the Gemara would please stop trolling me from like 1800 years ago, I would really appreciate it. Thanks. Rabbi Yochanan says they use the word begot because if a man marries a woman for her other qualities and ignores her unsightly face, then it's like he created her. Oh, calm down, Pygmalion. I mean, Rabbi Yochanan. We know that you think that everybody is fugly compared to you, and you know, you're not wrong. But just because Miriam eventually became healthy and beautiful like a rose doesn't mean that her husband should get the credit. A man is not responsible for a woman's glow up unless that man is La Roche, in which case, that's fair. The Gemara says she became so smoking hot that men who would see her immediately got turned on and then went back home and had sex with their wives. But you know, it doesn't seem like the other women were mad at it. I mean, she did lead all the women in a song of victory at the other side of the Red Sea after crossing it, and none of them pushed her in. So, there you go. But now that I think about it, it makes sense that Miriam had a well that followed her around in the desert. Because not only was everybody in the desert thirsty, but they were also thirsty.